obvious question. I think your presence here says something, but are you going to definitely play in the bowl game? Have you made a decision about your future?
I am playing in the bowl game. That's one thing that's for sure. I think it's important to end off the season on the right note with a win against a really good team. And I'm excited to, have another chance to be on the field with my brothers. As of my future, I'm totally undecided. So.
Emeka, what was it about, this game that's important to you to play in no matter what you decide to do afterwards?
I feel like every chance you get to step on the field is something you shouldn't take for granted. Playing football, we're blessed to be able to do so. You never know when an injury might come or, your opportunities to play with some of your best friends might run out. So just getting the opportunity to go down to a great venue in Dallas and play against an opponent that's really good is a blessing in itself. So it's something I didn't want to pass up. And it's just another opportunity to showcase my abilities.
What's the mood of the team been like as you guys have started preparing for the Cotton Bowl?
We've been really focused. We know they're a good team. And we've been locked in. We've been moving forward. I can't really say too much. Yeah, looking forward to the game.
Emeka, as far as that other decision, what are kind of the biggest factors that are still you're weighing there, like each side of it? I guess what's still out there that you're trying to decide between?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of factors that go into it. As far as the things I'm deciding between, that's something that I've kind of just been working through with, my corner, my family and all that type of stuff. Stuff that I don't necessarily want to get into right now, but, there's positives on both sides. There's negatives on both sides as well. So it's definitely a decision that is going to be important, but it's nothing that the people here at Ohio State won't help me with.
Did you think you would get to this point and have a more definite decision as you kind of envisioned coming into this year? And did the fact that you encountered an injury and things like that, did that complicate this for you?
I mean, it's unfortunate to say the least, but ultimately I put my trust in something that's above me, and that's Jesus Christ. I believe his plan is sovereign, and his plan is perfect, and his will is always going to come to fruition. So my injury is something that was ordained, and it's something that later down the line I'll be able to see the reason for. And I feel like the lessons you get from tribulations that you face, you might not always get them right away, but once you recognize them, you realize what a blessing it was.
I wonder what your thoughts are on Kyle in the transfer portal and playing presumably with Devin Brown and the Cotton Bowl and possibly Lincoln.
Yeah. Kyle's one of my best friends, so in that regard it kind of hurts to see him go, but on the other side, I'm so excited for him. I mean, he's going to have an amazing future. He's a competitor. Wherever he goes, he's going to make a direct impact. So I couldn't be more happy for him, more excited for him for this step forward. Unfortunately, he won't be able to play, with me. So that kind of sucks. He's one of my best friends. I think he's a great quarterback, but I'm just super excited for him. And as far as Devin goes, we always knew he's been ready. Even when, Kyle was injured or something like that, and if Devin had to come in, we knew he was going to get the job done. So it's no different with the Cotton Bowl. And Lincoln is a young guy who has a lot of experience, or not a lot of experience, but a lot of talent. And, once he combines experience with that and he starts to learn the game a little more, he's going to be something really special too.
From your point of view, with the way that Devin or Lincoln or whoever the quarterback is played in that game, would that have any impact on the decision if they play, let's say, really well?
I trust in the coaching staff that they're always going to provide good quarterback play. I mean, it's Ohio State. People can say what they want about Kyle. We went 11-1. We had a great season. Unfortunately, we lost, to the team up north. But, you can't really discredit the things that he did. We had a Bolendikoff winner. You can't just have that with a terrible quarterback, So there's not too much to be said about the quarterback play. I think it's always going to be top tier at Ohio State.
From your point of view, what does Devin bring to the table, and how close was it, do you think, in August in that battle?
Yeah. I'm not bashing Kyle, but something that Devin has that he doesn't is a little bit more mobility. We always, joke with Kyle about stuff like that, but Devin really has a knack for extending the play after it's broken down. So that's something that's ultra valuable, especially when you're playing in matchup games, because those big plays often come from broken down plays. It's not something you scripted. It's just the reaction of, the players that are around you. So the ability to extend the play is a trait that's really it can help a quarterback a lot. So.
And how is he as a passer? How would you rate him? I mean, is par excellence? What grade would you put on him?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think he's a great passer. He's a great improviser, a great field general. He's someone who provides the offense with a lot of energy, which is huge at that position. And you know, he has a cannon too. So, you know, those deep balls down the field, he can really launch those as well.
Yeah, have y'all flowed seamlessly to him in the pre-bowl practice? Him and Lincoln. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, Kyle's moved on. I mean, have y'all put that behind you and moved on too?
Yeah, I mean, we all wish Kyle the best when he departed, but there's kind of no time to be sentimental or sad. It's always the next man forward mentality. And as far as who's going to be at the quarterback position, you know, obviously the wide receivers don't really have too much say. It's going to be the coaching staff that does that, but whoever is back there, we know that they have the ability to get the job done.
You and Marvin both had kind of your breakout in the Rose Bowl a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a similar trajectory for Carnell and Brandon this year?
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope so. We have huge hopes for both of those guys. And you know, Zone 6 is a very touted, you know, position room, and I feel like they're going to continue to carry on the tradition. So I can't speak too much about what the Cotton Bowl is going to hold for them. I mean, we'll see when that date comes, but they're going to have their coming out party eventually, and you know, they're both very special players.
You and Marvin were kind of tied together, even in recruitment. Once you committed, it was like these two are going to be the next up. Carnell and Brandon have kind of been tied together the entire time. Carnell been, you know, next for Marvin, Brandon next for you. Have you guys talked to those guys about carrying on the tradition that you guys have helped carry on?
I think it's one of those conversations that doesn't necessarily need to be spoken. It's one of those things that, you know, we didn't have a direct conversation with Jackson, Chris, or Garrett, but we kind of knew what it was going into our sophomore seasons, that we were going to be heavily relied on. And in those moments, you really have to step up. So I have no doubt that they're going to be able to do that. They're both special talents, both very charismatic. They work hard, and, you know, they're special players. They're very talented. God has blessed them.
You remember how eager you were?
Last two questions.
At that point, I mean, in your career, when you were waiting for your spot?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
That Rose Bowl,
yeah.
Do you remember what was it like? I mean, knowing you were going to play.
Yeah, even before my first game, in my freshman year, I was just like super excited just to get on the field. You know, whether it was in the fourth quarter trash time, we were up by 50 points. I just wanted to be out there, and I was always preparing myself. Whether, you know, someone unfortunately went down or whatever the case may be, I was always ready for that moment. So I remember how eager I was, not just the Rose Bowl, but my sophomore year to get out there. And I think that's something that they have, which is gonna, you know, push them to limits beyond their reach.
Last question.
Shoot, I'm not sure. I'm not. I mean, you know, we talk, but that's, you know, I don't want to put anyone's information out there.
Marvin made the point that the Heisman finalist, Blendikoff, he won good after Zone 6. What does that mean for this spring?
Yeah, we've been shorted, I feel like, in the past. There's been a couple people who haven't been invited, who had great seasons. The numbers are really there, but you know, at Ohio State, we always feel like we have a chip on our shoulder. So just being able to take those home for Zone 6 is something that's huge. We continue to stack the accolades, and we're going to do that for years to come.
All right, Emeka, thank you.
Thank you.